What inspired me to become a storyteller is really interesting. It's a mixture of two different worlds. One is the world of my grandma and grandpa. Both of them are deaf. My first language is sign language.
Please don't let me be misunderstood.
And it's a visual, gestural language. My mind thinks in sign language, and my hands just follow and interpret what my brain and my hands are saying. That's one world. The other world is that of my Nana, who's my dad's mom. She is a black woman, a fierce black woman from New York City. She taught me about dance, about music, about, X-Men comic books and Barbies. I grew up going to those conventions and watching fashion and color and makeup and creativity all in one place. So both of those worlds put together is really what is the foundation of my storytelling.
My name is Brandon Kazen-Maddox, last name Kazen-Maddox, and this is the Storytellers Spotlight, the Storytellers Spotlight.
I got my start interpreting theater when I interpreted Newsies back in San Francisco. It's a skill, it's a talent, and a joy for me to have my own personal relationship with music and my unique relationship with sign language, along with my relationship with dance, and to conjoin all of those things to be able to express them for audiences. My grandma has been able to come to some of my performances. She always says, that never existed when I was growing up. And it's really cool to see it now, and it's even more special to see my grandson, grandchild, to, performing these shows.
So remind me how long it took Capely to put all of your hair in?
It took like 10 hours total, all of this.
Well, you look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. The word intersectionality is a complicated word. It's a beautiful word as well. I myself am a non-binary person of color. I identify as a two-spirit person. Male and female energy are within me as a person. They've always been, I've always felt different from how society tries to set us in either two, male or female, different spaces.
All right, baby, have a good day.
Thank you.
Water. Love you.
I love you too.
I'll stop by rehearsal a little bit later, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Bye, love.
Bye. It's important to me to sign basically in almost everything that I do. It's a part of who I am as a person, and it's how I communicate. If someone asks me not to sign, it's like they're asking me to quiet or suppress a part of me. The Little Mermaid, when Ariel is her voice is taken from her and she has to go up on land, and she can't use the other part of her, which is like her fins and I guess her signing, right? She has to live in a hearing world. So it's kind of like that. And I transcend both the underwater world and the above land world. And I like to call myself a mermaid too.
Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun.
The Little Mermaid has always been my favorite film, and it's exactly because of that. It's because this young woman has to decide how she's going to transition between this world that she doesn't understand and this other world that she feels kind of limits her. when this live action film was announced with Halle Bailey as a Black woman. I was so excited. I'm still so excited. Like, I just get chills thinking about it. Growing up, you know, representation for a Black person in general on film and television was very, very lacking. I mean, I was born in 1988, and Little Mermaid came out in 1989, so it's always been in my life. I was just really excited about the representation. The power of storytelling really lies within ourselves. When we have a story to tell that we don't see represented on stage or on screen, then it's our responsibility to dig inside of ourselves and tell that story to the world. During the middle of the pandemic, I met my partner, Kevin Newbury, and we, alongside a few other amazing artists, co-founded a company called Up Until Now Collective. We focus on telling stories that have been traditionally left out of the mainstream media. So in theater, on television, in film, there are so many stories that are really important, that have a huge amount of value, cultural value, linguistic value, diversity, so much value. And that's what we focus on, Up Until Now Collective. We tell stories that have been left out and that need to emerge and blossom and to be taken in by the people and the community. The first project that we created as Up Until Now Collective was Soul Signs, an ASL playlist. And that was a series of 5 ASL music videos where we focused on Black female singers. One of which was Nina Simone, and the song was Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. I am taking my 10th aerial hoop lesson, where I'm gonna be on this hoop, spinning around, and I'm taking circus and acrobatics and sign language and blending them together to give you some original, beautiful artwork. And it's exciting because I'll be in this hoop and signing music and lyrics.
Baby, don't give
So get ready.
Just hold on to the lightning in the storm. To the lightning in the storm. Light the flame and let it go. It's insane and beautiful.
As a hearing person whose first language is ASL, I always have to honor and spotlight my deaf community. We wouldn't have ASL without deaf people. And, you know, ASL itself is a very special language. It's multifaceted. We have so many different kinds of people within our deaf and signing community. And like I was saying, there are so many people who know and have an intimate personal relationship with sign language. We also want to recognize Black ASL, which grew from Black deaf schools, from our history of segregation. We also have the queer community who has found itself and become closer over many years. And the signs that have come up within the queer community and the Black community, and it's amazing how much language evolves. And that's important to recognize, that language does evolve. And it doesn't stay in one siloed place, and it actually does not stay the same. It is a moment to recognize the evolution of sign language, the evolution of language in general, the evolution of culture, and how the more we get to know each other and find the beauty within each other, the stronger we will become as a community, a global community.
Thank you, Emma. And thank you, Kat. I'm so proud of you. Oh,